Hello everybody, welcome to the UK Investment Seminar. Today we're going to give you an overview of the UK property market, and we're going to focus on Beech Holdings' track record over the last 20 years. My name is Stephen Beech, I'm the CEO of Beech Holdings. I formed the company over 20 years ago. I'm going to share some of my own experience as well. We're also going to introduce my colleague, Elliot, who has a wealth of knowledge in the UK and international property market, again over the last 20 years. I'm going to welcome Elliot very shortly. Okay, so we're going to Beech Holdings. This is some of the fantastic team here that I've built up over the last 20 years. We'll delve into some of our own experience, a few of the mistakes we've made over the years, and how the focus, how we've become so successful and the #1 residential developer in Manchester. Okay. As a quick overview, just look at some headline numbers. We've developed over 1,000 properties. Our lettings platform, Manchester Apartments, we'll talk about shortly, get 3,000 inquiries for products every single month. We've got 97% occupants, a real industry-leading figure there. We'll focus on more in the presentation. And we have £300 million worth of GDV in our own pipeline to date. So to help understand Beech Holdings today, it's important to look back. We had a very limited resource at the time, so I was looking for an area that's going to experience high capital appreciation as well as very strong yields. And my focus was always to tie the two together, and that is really a very powerful tool if you can get high capital appreciation and high yield. So this is actually my first property that I did up with my own hands. We got feedback from the tenants because it wasn't for myself, friends or family. It's very much focused on student tenants at the time, and we delivered a very high quality product that was rented before completion. And we followed that quality method day in, day out for the next 20 years. So let's fast forward from 2001, it was the smallest residential landlord, to 2011. Only 10 years later, I was the biggest student landlord in Manchester. We're very proud of. We delivered 450 bedrooms, over about 100 properties, and we still own and operate those properties today. In 2001 was a real highlight. We actually got a letter from Prince Charles. A lot of our work is focused on sustainability, and Prince Charles himself recognised that and wrote us a letter which we're very appreciative of. In 2014 we took a new direction away from students and onto young professionals. The feedback we were getting, the qualified architects and lawyers and accountants were all now obviously qualified and staying in Manchester, and there was a huge target market for 21, 25-year-old properties that were fresh out of university that wanted to stay in Manchester. So this is a new direction we took in 2014, and this is our first purchase in the city centre of Manchester. It was actually on Princes Street. It was an area that was a little bit unloved, a little bit unpolished, but again was going to experience huge capital appreciation. At this part of the journey, we actually invited some co-investors to come along and join on our next part of our growth strategy, which they came on board, and really happy that we delivered that property together, and a lot of them are still involved today and continue to invest alongside us. A real highlight of Beech Holdings' history is when the Prime Minister himself commentated on the quality of our products and the achievements we've done in Manchester and the properties themselves. Some of you may recognise Howard Bernstein. He's pretty much at the time the most powerful guy in the north of England. He very kindly came along and launched our new office right in the heart of Manchester city centre. You can see the Manchester Apartments sign in the background. That's our lettings arm of our business. And then just to finish off, take us to the end of the timeline, between 2018 and 21, the highlight of this period was when Ames Holdings came and invested in the business. Who are Ames Holdings? They're one of the biggest family offices in Saudi Arabia. They hold investments all around the world, and it was a real honour to get an approach by them that they wanted to invest in the business, and that will secure delivering our pipeline in the years to come. So very happy to have Ames Holdings as part of the business. Okay, so I've talked about the quality. I want to really just look at a typical quality apartment in Manchester. Don't worry, this isn't ours, it looks okay, but when you really compare it to the Beech product, this is obviously a living room, and you can see one of our living rooms. It's about quality. It's a completely different level than the average apartment in Manchester. So that is obviously a living room. If you look at the kitchen area, again, the competition versus Beech. We have quartz, Antico, really high quality fixtures and fittings. You can see why our occupancies are so high. Look at a typical bedroom, you won't see that on Rightmove, you know, day in, day out. If you actually look at a Beech bedroom, you can see it's a whole different level in it. Now you can understand really why we are so popular on the rental side of the business. Okay, so that's a quick overview, and that's who Beech Holdings are. 20-year track record, and as I say, delivered 1,000 properties to date in Manchester. We have all the services under one roof, which we'll delve into very shortly. Everything is operated from HQ here on Oxford Street in Manchester. So the model, as I said, is really in-house. We have from the architects, in-house development team, to the sales and after-sales department. That's very important to keep investors up to date of how their product is performing. And probably one of the most important departments is the lettings and management department. These are the guys that make sure we've got really high occupancy rates, and the services provided by the maintenance team are that you'd expect to see in a 5-star hotel. Okay, so that's I've showed you some pictures. Let's actually go into a video and really focus in on the quality of our product. So this is a typical apartment block of ours. This is actually in Basil House on our website that you can see. So we're just going to go around a studio 1-bedroom apartment, pretty typical of the quality that Beech delivers to the market. So just have a look at the kitchen there. We're just going past the Bosch appliances. We have quartz worktops. You can see the fixtures and fittings are a completely different level to what you'd normally expect on the market. Again, this is what makes the product so popular. And you notice things like there's no carpets or fabrics in the building. Operational cost is very, very key. There's no point getting a lot of rent and then paying a lot out in maintenance and refurbishments, etc. So quality and long-lasting products are very, very important to Beech. This is a typical wardrobe, walk-in wardrobe in this case. Again, the quality is there, making these apartments very, very attractive to the rental market. So that was really a tour. I'll just go into the bathroom. You can see again the quality, how striking those bathrooms are, more similar to like a 5-star hotel you'd expect to find. So that's a quick overview of one of our properties. So 2001, typical bedroom in Rusholme to the ones today. Again, quality at the start and quality at the end. We've never lost that quality. So a couple of test cases. 90 Princess Street, I mentioned that earlier. The reason I wanted to talk about this one, we did 35 apartments in 90 Princess Street, and each and every investor that co-invested alongside myself, we keep some apartments for ourselves always, experienced 35% capital appreciation. Really, really proud of that fact. Basil House that we just went in there, we developed it, 100% occupancy pretty much day one, and we sold that on to an international investor that has retained our management services, so we still operate that building today. Talk about West Point very briefly. This was actually 317 apartments that were delivered. So we talk about West Point because of the really sheer scale of that development, and to have each and every apartment rented from day one was a very big achievement of Manchester Apartments, the lettings arm of the business. That is the key. If you ever invest, there's no point investing from a developer that doesn't have a lettings or management arm. You need it all under one roof. That's a real big takeaway. Academy Apartments is one of our most recent ones. 90 low carbon 1 and 2 bed studio and 1-bedroom apartments. We actually partnered up with UA92, a new university in Manchester. These are some of UA92's partners. You might recognise Microsoft and KPMGs of this world. And one of the partners of UA92 is created by, some of you may know, Gary Neville of Manchester United. So he really started that university, and he actually looked round Academy Apartments. So he's got a few words what he said after his visit.
But one of the main things obviously is the quality and security of student accommodation. We've got fantastic accommodation here at Academy Apartments. They really are apartments that you could live in, not just actually as a student, but beyond that as well in terms of in your life. In fact, I'll be very comfortable in here overlooking Old Trafford and so close to where obviously you are taught over at UA92. It's absolutely fantastic. The security is good, which I think is really important, particularly if you've got parents that are bringing their young children, the sort of that big moment in their life where they're handing them over, if you like, to someone else, and it's that big jump. But I would feel really comfortable sort of sending my children here.
So some really powerful words from Gary. Really excited. The whole team was really excited to show him around. So we're coming to the end of my presentation. As a final overview, it's really key is delivery, and these are some of the other buildings we've developed over the last 20 years. And the key is delivery. Key is capital appreciation, high occupancies and very, very strong yields, which was achieved on all these buildings. Okay, at this point I'm going to hand over to Elliot, my colleague. He's going to give you a UK overview with a focus on Manchester, which might explain why I and my investors continue to invest in Manchester. So at this point, I'll thank you for your time and I welcome Elliot to give the UK overview. Thank you.